Here's my audience. Can't tell today. Hi guys, my name is Kendall, and today I will be talking about an idea I have about getting rid of attendance policies in colleges. Any college student or student in general knows how stressful grades can be. Imagine working hard throughout the entire semester only to find out that your hard work won't even pay off in the end. This is a reality for more students than universities would probably like to admit. I believe that in a college or university setting, students should not be graded on attendance. No one can really deny that going to class is important, but lowering a student's grade based on their attendance is not what's important. Students' grades should be reflected because of their effort, and classrooms should be filled with engaged students who are there by choice. The current system implemented by some teachers, for lack of a better word, is unfair. Jonathan Golding, a researcher on the effectiveness of attendance policies, stated that while attendance policies may be effective at getting students into the classroom, they may be much less effective at engaging minds and learning. The threat of a lowered grade will undoubtedly encourage better class attendance, but attendance is not what college is all about. The emphasis needs to be put on the understanding of the material and the student's effort to get the grade that they desire. By giving students such little leeway, their grades are suffering due to things beyond their control, such as family emergencies or illness. A student who goes to every single class, sits in the back, puts on their headphones, and takes a nap, should not earn a better grade than the student who puts in a ton of effort and produces great work, but has to miss a couple classes for whatever the reason. Stephanie Kai wrote an article about classroom distractions. In it, she listed the 5 most common things that distract students from learning. All of these affect people in a different way. You might not even hear the girl in the back row smacking on her gum, but for somebody else, it might be louder than the actual professor's lecture. Or maybe the desks are super uncomfortable and so you can't focus on what you're trying to learn because that's all you can think about. It makes perfect sense that someone might need to take a day off to go work on things in the comfort of their own home. Shouldn't they be allowed to do that? It's their education, and they should be allowed to do whatever they need to do to put their best work forward. Possibly the most important justification for my proposal is based on the idea that every student learns differently. Stacy Mantle wrote an article about the 7 different learning styles. She states that in order to maximize learning advantages, the teacher needs to define what type of learner is in their class and then cater her teaching to that style. This is close to impossible in a classroom full of students, and some colleges have lecture halls that can seat hundreds of people. There is no way that every single student in any given class is going to learn the exact same way. For this reason, I think countless students could benefit from having a choice. The choice to skip class and focus on an area that they aren't quite understanding so they can teach themselves in a way that they learn best. The U.S. News published an article by Ali Bidwell about the high costs of college tuition. They discovered that for the current academic year, the average in-state tuition at a public 4-year college is almost $9,000. When paying this much for our education, students are accepting full responsibility for the outcome of every single class. They're paying for the right to skip class if they need or want to. If they know that the class for that day is not going to benefit them, then they should have the right to stay home. There's no reason for them to waste their time going. It is amazing that with all of these negative effects, more steps have not been taken to fix this problem. especially since the solution is so simple. The solution is this. Don't grade students based on attendance. After a study done by Jonathan Goldberg, he was shocked by surprising results. He discovered that in the years that there were no attendance policies, students' average exam scores were actually higher than in the years that there were attendance policies. I think it is important to realize that more often than not, there is a really good reason why students decide to be absent for class. It may be because they're sick or had a family emergency, but it may simply be because they know that they will produce better work in the comfort of their own home, and possibly improve the entire classroom atmosphere. But what about the days that students do go to class? When students are forced to go to class, the classroom is filled with the whole range of student types. There are the ones who got no sleep the night before for whatever the reason. There are the students who don't care about the class at all, and then there are the students who have been fighting the flu all week and who will probably cough right in your face. If students had the freedom to skip class, only the students who were prepared to learn would be there. The classroom would be filled with the well-rested, healthy, hopefully not hungover students who have the same goal, to learn. I hope that I have proved my point, and that you agree that grading students on their attendance is not a fair policy, and it's not representing their knowledge. We could all benefit greatly from eliminating this policy entirely. All students could use a little more flexibility, and we all know that we're paying enough to deserve it. I sent a proposal letter to the head of the English department at Kansas State University, telling him about my ideas on this subject. I hope you all will do the same. I believe that if we take a stand on this issue, by bringing it to the attention of leaders at our schools, something may finally be done about it. Thank you.